from a Malian TikToker executed by extremists to a creator who was murdered by her own partner. These are 5 times TikTokers faced insanely terrifying situations. Starting with Michael Duarte, aka Food with Bare Hands. He was a Texas food influencer who built more than 2 million followers across TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Bro grew up in Calipatria, worked in restaurants in San Diego, and started making cooking videos during the pandemic. His early videos even featured his daughter and helped him build a wholesome family-centered brand. Then came November 8, 2025. Deputies in Castroville, Texas responded to a disturbance call about a man with a knife acting out of control. Bro ignored verbal commands, told the deputy, "I'm going to kill you," and charged toward him. The deputy fired 2 rounds. Duarte was taken to the hospital and died. Texas Rangers immediately took over the investigation, which is standard procedure in deputy-involved shootings in Texas, and the local outlets also reported matching details from official sources. Meanwhile, his wife Jessica and their only daughter Oakley released statements through People and their talent agency, remembering him as a loving father. A GoFundMe was created for his family, calling his death a horrible accident. Which of course brings us to another case that shook viewers who literally saw everything happen live. Valeria Marquez. She was a 22-year-old beauty influencer from Mexico, known for salon content and tutorials filmed inside her workspace in Zapopan. But on May 14, 2025, that salon became the scene of a murder. Valeria was live streaming on TikTok when a masked gunman walked into the salon and opened fire. Viewers heard the shots before the stream cut off completely. And this is where the controversy started. In the final seconds before the stream ended, Valeria's close friend Vivian appears on camera. Viewers said she didn't look shocked or scared at all, but even pissed off. That moment triggered theories that Valeria might have been set up, but her friend later spoke out saying Valeria had already been getting threats before the shooting and that she had nothing to do with it. Officials handled the case as suspected femicide, which is the protocol in Mexico when a woman is killed under violent, intentional circumstances. Interesting. A gender-specific protocol. International outlets highlighted how violence in Jalisco has put many young creators at risk, even if Valeria herself was not officially linked to cartel activity. Her death also appeared in U.S. Treasury discussions on regional violence, which referenced the rising danger influencers in Mexico face. Prosecutors said the investigation remains open and they are still reviewing all people who appeared in the livestream. No arrests have been made. And with the friend denying everything but the rumors still spreading, people watching the case keep asking the same thing. If Valeria was receiving threats, who exactly wanted her gone? And why did it happen on livestream? But everything is actually safe when the cameras go off? Because in Florida, a 23-year-old TikTok creator, Maurice Hansen, known as Girlalala, lost her life after an argument inside a car. She'd been in a long-term relationship with a man named Shanoid White Jr., and authorities later noted they had a history of arguments. On November 14, 2025, Broward deputies found her inside a car in Lauderdale Lakes with multiple gunshot wounds. Investigators said White claimed the argument started inside the vehicle before the shooting, but the arrest affidavit had even more to say. Surveillance video captured the argument inside the car, and detectives found blood in the vehicle. Local 10 News later released the 9/11 calls. The audio picked up Girlalala's voice during the confrontation.
This is not. Get here! Hurry up and get here! Who's calling me? Hurry up and get here!
And another clip showed White walking around outside with his phone before giving investigators a story that didn't match anything on camera. And this is where everything started to make sense. Detectives reviewed the footage showing the timeline before and after the shooting. Combined with the physical evidence inside the car and inconsistencies in White's statements, deputies quickly moved in. White was arrested and charged with murder shortly after. At that point, the medical examiner had not yet released the official cause of death, but confirmed she had suffered gunshot wounds. But what if Girlalala wasn't the only creator who ended up in a terrifying situation? In Venezuela, Jesus Sarmiento was targeted for calling out corrupt cops. Jesus, also known as Gabriel, was a 24-year-old Venezuelan creator known for calling out gangs and corrupt officers on TikTok. He built his audience by posting denuncias, basically exposing crime and accusing certain groups of harassment and extortion. On June 2025, while he was live streaming at home, armed men broke in. Viewers suddenly heard shouting, gunshots, and the stream ended. The clip went viral before platforms removed it. Venezuelan authorities opened an investigation and prosecutors were assigned to the case, something reported through international media as well as regional outlets. Local reporting suggested that his outspoken posts may have made him a target, and his followers archived many of his videos as evidence. His death pulled international attention to the risks creators face when criticizing armed groups in Venezuela. Now going all the way to Mali, this case is basically the darkest one on the list. Mariam Cissé. Mariam was a Malian TikToker known for posting content praising the national army in a region where extremist groups actively punish civilians who support the state. In November 2025, armed men believed to be jihadists abducted her, accusing her of filming them. Local authorities told Reuters that she was executed shortly after. Reports say the killing was filmed, which aligns with extremist groups using executions as intimidation. According to accounts from officials in the area, the execution took place publicly, and those details showed up in multiple international reports covering extremist violence in Mali. And it showed how dangerous a simple post can be when extremists think you're supporting the government.